All right, man. Hang with Beatdrop podcast with my brother, King Roy.
92, you already know what it is, baby.
Look what we got here, bro. Special guest.
Here. Yes,
the
it is.
homie.
Yup.
The
boxer.
brother.
He's like, keep going.
He said, I like where this is going, baby.
I appreciate you having me. Damn.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Feel good to be right here with the bros.
I like
Shit.
that.
Before we start, can we tell everybody like how we started kicking it, bro? Like,
Of course.
Hey,
Let's
where
run
did
it.
this
Let's
journey
get it.
begin? Because like a lot of people call them like brothers, but you guys are like bros,
Like
dog.
bros.
So it's like, what? Me and Roy, we played football in high school together, senior year,
And then college.
and in college we did our motherfucking thing. Me and Beat. Okay, so for people that don't know, Beatdrop, formerly known as Beat Flex,
Hey.
taught me how to DJ when I was a senior at
Like
Panorama
that?
High School.
This is true.
Yeah, 4 hours in his room practicing until I knew what to do.
Real shit.
And he was like, "Bro,
Hey.
are you gonna leave or what the fuck?"
Yeah.
Like, bro.
my mom's looking at me like, what the fuck?
honestly.
¿Y este güey
And-
quién?
Oh,
Es mía. ¿Quién es ese puto? ¿Comió toda la comida?
Hey, yo le dije tu
Real.
El Latino must be going ham, bro.
Yeah, they get
you know how
mad.
it is. Shit.
Nah, man. I know. Well, we met in high school. I remember that you were doing the whole promotion shit. You were
Smash
doing
Bros.
Smash Bros. You feel me?
Fuso Squad,
Smash
feel you?
Bros. And then I remember you were like, yo, you wanted to learn how to fucking DJ and shit.
Yeah.
So if you don't know who he is, he's also known as E-Mix.
E-Mix.
E-Mix, you know what I'm saying? If
Yeah.
you still need a DJ, motherfucker, you better pay him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because the vibe's going to come with
The
it.
vibe
hell
is there.
yeah.
Yes.
And then I remember we started DJing and shit, and you were trying to get it in, bro. You were like, fuck it, I wanna try it out and shit.
Yeah, I had a strong passion for it at the time, man. That was my thing, man. Throwing events and DJing. That was definitely my thing.
And then before you were in high school and shit, you were playing sports, right? Like you were
Almost
doing it all.
definitely. Yeah, I've been an athlete all my life.
That's right.
You were playing sports too, huh? Your whole
Yeah,
life.
we played. Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Did you play soccer or not?
Did you?
Did you play
I
soccer?
did.
I didn't play soccer.
didn't play
soccer
soccer?
and hockey were the only two sports that I wish I would have played, but I never played.
I feel like you do everything, bro.
sports,
Like
yeah.
low key on your Instagram, he be like throwing the football on
Man.
basketball court and shit.
I try, man. I try. You know
That's
what I'm saying? We
athletic
out
as
here
fuck,
trying to
bro.
get it any way that we can. We knocking on doors.
And then when you were in
I
high
like
school
that.
and shit, when you started doing Smash Bros, was just like who was part of Smash Bros? Like
Okay, so it was just a small circle of my friends and my bros. Till this day, we still kick it, you know. But for the most part, it was just a handful of guys that had the same common interest, like the party on the weekend. You know what I'm saying?
That's how we met,
You
for
know, when
real.
you're young, you have a big ass circle, big ass team.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know everybody. There's too many to name at that time, but you grow older, you only take a handful of them, and
That's so true,
that's
bro.
where we're at today.
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about. We were like, fuck, we feel like after like high school and shit, like everybody kind of goes their separate fucking ways. And you're kind of like, what the fuck?
That's definitely life. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Because
That's
they're
definitely
trying
life.
to, look at their own journey, see where they're going.
Right.
And is that how you guys met when part of Smash Bros? Or did you guys know each other? Like,
It was something similar, bro. So
Party scene.
yeah, there was
right?
a party scene. I seen him at a party. He seen me at a party. I think it was your party that one I went to. And I was like, oh, I'm going to check him out. You feel me?
Off the deck, nah?
Nah.
Oh,
Nah, I'm fucking with you.
represent, bro.
Hell yeah.
Come on, now.
You already know. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, that's fucking tight. And then, so you played football when you were like what, Pop Warner and shit?
Yeah, I played
like,
football from 8 years old till like 22 years old. So I played for the East Valley Trojans, 8 to like 13. And then my last year I played for the Braves. And then I went into high school and played all 4 years.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
And then you played in college too, huh?
And then I did play junior college, yes.
And then fucking at what part of your life were you like, yo, I feel like fucking boxing? Like I'm like this is for me. Like
Okay.
were you fucking people up on the low
No,
and then
no.
Hey, low key, you feel me?
Low key.
You're one of those and shit.
No,
Like, you know what?
that's
I'm gonna fuck this for this week. And next week, you got it.
I was never actually a fighter though. That's the crazy thing about it. Like I never fought in the streets, never fought at school. I mean, occasionally one or two, but so can I take you back real quick?
Let's
I
go
gotta
all the
rewind
way
it
back.
all the way
Let's-
back.
I want
right?
to take you way back.
All right,
way
so
back.
shit. This is how the story begins, right? Football was my first passion, my number one love, right? I played basketball and baseball at the parks, but nothing serious, right?
yeah.
So,
Okay.
at the age of 14, right, 8th grade year, I got in my first fist fight at school, right? Some kid, check this out. Some kid pushed my sister because she didn't want to go to the dance with him.
Oh,
Damn.
word?
Right.
Like that?
Like
You
that,
got
bro.
his number?
So as a
Like,
check. So as a big bro, right? I'm talking shit to everybody at school. Like, yo, the kid's name was Sean. I'm like, yo, who's Sean? Me and my sister, we were new to the school, maybe like 2 months, right?
Oh,
So I'm like,
shit.
yo, who's Sean? Tell this motherfucker I want to meet him at the ice cream truck after school, blah, 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 right? After school comes, I meet him at the ice cream truck. When I tell you this big motherfucker was the size of a 10th grader, and mind you, I'm in 7th grade, right? This motherfucker was huge, but I was already talking all that shit, right?
So you
Meet
gotta
me
back it
there,
up. You
right?
gotta back it up.
You gotta
Hell
back
yeah.
it up. You gotta back it up.
Long story short, right? We get down, natural instincts come. I knock him down, whatever. We get to good scrapping, right? I go home. I tell my dad, I'm like, Pops, I got in a fight. Some kid was pushing Steph.
Yeah.
I had to do what I had to do. I remember him. He was putting Band-Aid on my cuts, whatever. And he was like, all right, son, I think it's time that I take you to the boxing gym. I'm like, okay. And then, boom, boxing was introduced to my life. You know what I'm saying? And then I had 3 amateur fights from 14 to 15. I won my first one, had to draw my second one, and then lost my third one. So going into 9th grade, after losing that summer, I was like, man, boxing was cool, but I really don't want to do it anymore. So then high school, I played football all 4 years. Played in junior college. And it wasn't until my pops got sick where I was like, yo, I need to do something again. Because at the time my dad got sick, it was after high school into junior college, and all I was doing was partying, smoking weed, drinking, going out, going crazy.
Being
Doing
young
doing-
and shit.
All the
being
young
young.
things.
Yeah, we were doing our thing. You know, that was around the time we met. You remember how wild
Hey,
that was?
hey,
right?
hey, abort. What do you mean? My mom watches this podcast.
Right.
I got some. No, man, just keep it disclosed. yeah. No, yeah.
So that's what happened, man. I trapped myself back in the boxing gym, and then I turned an amateur, right? My goal was to turn amateur and win the Golden Gloves. That was my only goal in boxing, was to win the Golden Gloves like my dad did, right?
Oh, okay.
So
I
on
like
my
that.
8th fight, I fought in the district Golden Gloves, and I won. And it was like a time that bro, if I could go back, I was like 21 at the time. That was my best memory. Like, to put a gold medal around my dad's neck was like, bro,
Biggest accomplishment.
right?
That's
One of
amazing.
the biggest, most
That's
amazing
right.
accomplishments
I like
I
that.
ever had, dude. I ever done. So, being that I won that, the 2014 California District Golden Gloves. Following year, I go and I fight for the SoCal State Championships, and I win that, right?
Oh, shit.
So at the point where I'm like, all right, now I'm like 20, 23, 24, like, what is it that I'm going to do? Like, all right,
Like, what's
cool.
the next step?
What's the next step? I can't be an amateur for, like, what's this got to make sense.
Like, what we doing?
So luckily, I teamed up with Coach Virgil, Coach Edgar, and my gym buddy Ron. They were always pushing me to turn pro, but that was never my intentions.
Yeah.
I never was like,
I'm gonna go
I never
pro.
even thought about turning pro. Honestly, I just wanted to win the Golden Gloves, and then
Can I
I
see
didn't.
from
Yeah, I
there?
didn't know.
Yeah.
You think after that everything set a path for itself?
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay.
So right after that, I guess I turned pro, made my debut October 15, 2017 at Los Angeles Valley College. Won with a knockout in a minute and 12 seconds of the first round. And from there, bro, it was just like, dang, like, let's keep it rolling.
And that was your first pro fight.
That was my first pro fight, yes.
And
At
you-
Valley College.
and
Valley
you've had a total of 3 pro fights.
I had a total of 4 pro fights.
4 pro fights.
Yes.
All right. So I know throughout those 4 fights, I know there must have been something throughout those 4 fights that you learned a lot from. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
I know that you posted something on Instagram, and I know me and fucking Raj saw that shit, and we're like, fuck, like, you know what I'm saying? That was tough to watch, bro.
Hey, bro, like, if you were hurt, I was hurt. Because you're my bro,
Yeah.
you feel me?
And
You're
I
my
feel like
dog.
it
So I
takes
was
a
like,
lot to
damn.
know that, like, you know what I'm saying? Especially that we've been homies for a minute. Like, I feel like when we watch that shit, like, it's one of those where I can't even text you. Like, it's one of those where I'm like, I gotta just.
I want to, but I low key he's
yeah.
doing his
I
thing.
feel it. I feel it 100%. Yeah. So what that was is, on my 3rd fight, we went down to Mexico trying to get a fight, and we got a fight. And even though it was a fight I was supposed to win, I should have won. I took the L, bro. For the first time in my professional career, for the first time in my life, I hit the canvas, meaning I fell. I got knocked down. I didn't know how to react when I got knocked down. I fell into my opponent's game plan of a slug match.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I fought some of the best amateurs in the nation. I should have outboxed him and, stuck to the game plan.
Right.
But I let my pride take the best of me, and I was.
That's where he got you.
Yeah, and I started swinging with him, slugging it out with him, and I got caught. Boom. So I fall, and I jump up. The minute my gloves touch the ground, I jump back up, not thinking. My mind was still down, but my body was up. My head,
Right.
I just
Right.
reacted. My adrenaline reacted,
Yeah.
right? So I tell the ref, I'm good. Next thing I know, dude is coming at me again, right? I'm hands up trying to square off with him, and I start seeing 3 of these dudes.
Oh shit.
Yeah, bro. For the first time, I'm
It's like the movies and shit.
like the movies, bro. And
Oh,
I'm like,
shit.
okay, cool. So I start hitting the one in the middle, right? Hit the one in the middle, Rocky, right?
Yeah.
Right? Well, Polly told Rocky.
Yeah,
right?
hit the one
So
in
I'm over here trying to hit the one in the middle, and bro, I just get caught again. I get caught again, and I fall, and the ref stops the fight. And to be honest, bro, like that fight taught me a lot, honestly. Like with life, with boxing, with everything, because it wasn't the knockout or the knockdown that shook me the most.
Right.
It was like, how am I going to bounce back from this?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to post and let people know that I lost, because win or lose, you got to be real. Like, people want to know. My job as an entertainer is to
Keep it 100.
Yeah, keep it 100.
Keep it 92 plus 8.
Yes,
Yep.
yes. So I'm over here, I post a video and I'm like, I lost. I let people know that I took the L, I got knocked out. I hate to say it, but it's the truth,
Yeah.
right? And sometimes in life, bro, we get knocked down. You know what I mean? We get knocked out, but you knock me down 9, I'm going to get back up 10. You know what I'm saying? That's my mentality. So I bounced back, and my last fight got the W. Didn't get the knockout that I wanted, but it put me back in a confident perspective to, keep going in this sport. That I've been fortunate enough to inspire people, and not just because I'm inspiring people, but this passion of mine, it like speaks to others, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Hell
saying?
yeah.
Like people that I don't even know will come up to me. We're just chilling, and they'll be like, "Yo, Emilio, you box, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Yo, we see you, man. Keep doing what you're doing." That's just motivating, bro.
Hell
Fuck
yeah.
Honestly, you know what I'm saying? Like
hell
I don't. These people don't gotta say nothing to me,
Yeah.
but they see my story through social media. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, I'm fortunate enough to portray my story, my passion, my now career.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it could influence people. So shit, I must be doing something right now.
No, hell yeah, bro. That shit's sick as fuck. But when you took that L, when you were like, yo, like on your next fight, were you like, yo, I want to get in the ring quick? Or were you like, yo, let me take some time, reflect, like how to take
That's a
that
good
L?
question.
Going to that, adding to that question, you know how you say you took that L? Was it on your professional life from 1 to 4? What number was it? It was number 3?
It was my third fight.
Third fight.
It was my
Okay,
third
now
fight.
going. The reason why I asked is because I noticed that you jumped in. For some people, they might say you jumped in real quick to get another fight.
Yeah, it wasn't that I jumped in quick. I mean, the fight was already lined up. The fight that I lost, I was never really supposed to take that fight. It was just another fight that I wanted to boost up my record.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, in a business terms, I really had no reason or purpose to take that fight. It was just I wanted to take a fight to boost up my record.
Right.
Right? It could have been avoided. It
Yeah.
could have been avoided, but we're trying to get to more amount of fights so we could get higher pay. Does that make
No,
sense?
yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Hell
It's,
yeah.
it's a
Business.
ladder.
Yeah.
It's a ladder that we have to climb. Anyways, the fight that I took after, it was already set in stone that fight was gonna happen, so I was gonna be in it, right? There was a lot that happened in between the training camp, right? A lot that happened. So when you take a loss in a sport, in any combat sport, or I'm sure like any sport, your mind is really you kind of in the back of your head. You'll never admit this, but honestly, soul searching, looking back, I kind of doubted myself. I was like, yo, like I know I was better than that guy. 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna beat that guy. He just got,
got one.
it was his day and
Yeah.
he beat me. Anyways, so I was in my mind, like I was like doubting myself, like in a shell, like in a mental shell, like damn, like even though I was going to the gym working out, something was like a shadow over me.
That's
Like you
crazy.
have like an owl over you. Like how are you gonna bounce back?
Yeah.
So sometimes my work ethic in the gym wouldn't be 100. I'd be like sluggish, and I'd feel like, damn, like what's going on?
Yeah.
2 weeks after that fight, about 2 or 3 weeks, I lose my grandfather on my mom's side. So that one kind of knocked me back a little bit. Even though, We know that life takes loved ones. It's part of life. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We kind of knew it was coming, but it just kind of shook. It hit me when you know, God called him up to heaven.
Right.
So I was like, all right, cool. You know, he's resting now. So once we laid him to rest, I had about 4 to 3 weeks to get ready for this fight.
Wow.
Yeah, 4 to 3 weeks to get ready for this fight.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I had a few more weeks before to train,
Right.
but mentally, once we laid him to rest, I was able to prepare, right? I guess it felt like we just need to lay him to rest, and then I'd be able to go full throttle, no distractions, nothing on my mind. You know what I mean? But that had to happen in order for me to
move on forward.
To be 100% focused, right? Once I was 100% focused, I was more motivated to let people know that this story is not the end of me. I took a loss. I got knocked down. I lost my grandfather. Money financially, when you're in the gym, when you're starting off, dude, the money's not there, right?
Right.
So you got to go through all this time that you're investing in the gym, trying to make something of it, right? And then all these things combined, I just had to come off with a win. With my family in attendance, all the people supporting me, buying tickets to come see me, it was like, there's no way you're gonna lose this one.
How does that feel too? Like when you're about to go into a fight, and you look to the side and you see your mom, you see your sis, like you see the whole squad.
Your
like
squad's there and
I know it's
everything.
like a part of you is probably like, yo, this is dope, but I know a part of you is probably like, fuck, like the fam is here. You
Right,
feel me?
right.
Like,
Well, my family and all my loved ones right there, they lift me up. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't see them. I just hear them.
yeah,
I don't take my eyes off the prize.
yeah,
I
Once
like
I'm
that.
focused, you're walking into the ring. I'm looking directly at the ring. It's just me personally. There's fighters that walk out and they socialize. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I haven't built up to that level yet.
yeah.
So when I walk in the ring, I'm looking focused into the ring, and I could hear my family. Let's go, Milo, shark season, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, hell yeah, like I could hear it, but it's not that I'm looking at it. I know my family's with me.
Yeah.
Pray, they kiss me, and they wish me luck all the time before walking in that ring. But once I walk in that ring, it's only me
It's
and
go
the
time.
opponent. It's
Hey,
go
I
time.
like
It's
that.
go
There's
time.
no time for love, honestly. You
I
know,
like
you feel
that.
the love in your heart, but you keep it, you know.
And then when so I feel like a lot of people, they're always busy on their work and shit. Like, what is something that you do to know how to like isolate yourself from like, yo, this is family time, this is boxing time, this is make money time? Because I feel like a lot of people always be like, yo, like, what's up, what's good? Oh, I'm busy, and then they kind of separate themselves from fam. Like, what have you done that you felt like has helped you like go like, yo, like this is time for me and my fam, and this is my time?
Yeah,
Like
like
how like that's important. You know what I'm saying?
Most
To be
like
with
an
the fam.
agenda. Did you set an agenda straight? Or?
Yeah, it's kind of like a schedule, I guess you can say.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Work from 8 to 2, gym from 3 to 7. You know what I mean? And then at the nighttime, really kick it with the fam. Actually, I moved out of my mom's house, so it's funny that you guys bring that up because I haven't seen my mom in like 2 weeks. You know, I call her here and there.
Yeah.
Check in.
But I actually had dinner with her yesterday, man. It was awesome.
That's it.
My sister's living with her again, so I had dinner with my mom and my sister, and it was, dude, just having dinner like we were living all back at the house together. It's like, that's a blessing. That's something we take advantage for, man. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So hug your mom, kiss your mom.
Nah,
hug your
nah,
dad,
yeah,
Tell
you
her say
dad.
hi. Like, let me shout out to your mama.
Now you gotta do that. And then all right, so obviously now like we kind of got an idea of like the boxing aspect of shit. But
Right.
when you were in high school, where did you see yourself in 10 years? Were you like, yo, like what am I gonna be doing besides boxing? Like, because I feel like people think that your life doesn't change, and I feel like your
It
life
really
can
does, though.
if
If you
in
wanted
a year,
to.
For sure,
2
for
years.
sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For
So like
sure.
when you were in high school, were you just kind of just like, fuck it, I'm living right now, and then
Most
whatever
The
definitely.
happens.
moment. Yeah, live
Most
in the
definite.
moment.
I was like, okay, in high school, let me see. In high school, I was like, okay, I don't know what I'm going to do. I know I'm going to go to college because everybody says you're supposed to go to college, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I'm going to go to Valley College because, you know, I didn't get no scholarships to go anywhere, unfortunately. You know what I mean? If I would have took football a little bit more serious, I most likely would have, but
Right.
that's a different story.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just knew that I was going to go to Valley College. Luckily, you know, I did my thing there and completed that program. And then after that, I just kind of I knew athletics was somehow something I've always wanted to do.
Right.
I don't know how I'm going to be involved in athletics for the rest of my life, but that's definitely who I am, what I do, and what I what my passion is.
You strive for it.
That's
every
what
day.
I strive for. You know, to this day, I didn't know I was gonna be an athlete, right? I thought as a kid I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the NFL, you know, play in the NFL, but
Yeah.
but then
Goals.
but then life hits you and then you're like, yeah, buddy, you're not that good. So we're just
He said, yeah, but you see,
Yeah,
the way real life works is that.
Yeah. You're like, I should have had more interceptions than touchdowns. It doesn't make sense.
How you gonna do me like that?
Low key, bro, every time I talk to Roger, he says that there's been a time where you've lost another fight.
Oh hell
Okay.
yeah, most deaf.
So listen. So listen.
He said, you gonna
I'm not gonna lie. Yo.
Okay.
Why you
I'll
blushing,
speak.
bro?
Yeah, every time we kick it, bro. Every time we're like, yo, we told people like, yo, we gonna have Milo on the next podcast, and Roger's like, oh yeah, I already laid hands on him, and I'm like,
He say that.
and I'm like,
scene.
yeah, and he's like, bye. And I'm like,
Roger.
Hey, I was like,
Roger.
what's up? What's up?
yeah.
Let's go.
So can you clarify, bro?
Yeah, Roger, clarify for this.
Because every time
No,
I hear,
I want
different
you to
story.
tell the side of the story. You feel me? I want you to tell the story.
I mean, okay, how old were we?
I don't know. We were young though. We were young.
We were like 19,
Yeah. No. Were we?
20,
Oh, yeah.
19,
Probably,
20
yeah.
tops.
He said-
Where were we at?
I think we left the party.
We left the party most definitely.
It's
right?
funny how
With
you
your
don't
boy.
remember because you always
No,
tell
no,
me
no.
that
I know the
detail every
story.
time.
I know the story, but I want him to tell the story.
Okay,
you feel me?
right? So we're at a party and we're leaving the party, and we didn't see each other for like, it was probably like 2 years since we seen each other.
Yeah, it was.
Right?
2
And
years.
we were like, "What up, bro?" Like we were just happy to see each other, and then we started drinking, and then we're leaving the party, and then we just start slapboxing on some
out of
homie
nowhere,
shit.
bro.
On
Like
some homie
it's
shit.
crazy.
On some homie shit, right? On some homie shit. You know, it's all love, right? But he tagged me.
I said,
And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, all right, cool. So then I tag his ass back, right? I tag his ass back, right? And then he tags me 2 more times.
Oh shit.
So I tag his back 3 more times. I tag his ass back,
Yeah,
right?
as you should. You feel me?
And then by the time you know it, we just fucking slapboxing in the middle of the street, throwing fucking haymakers and hands at each other, ducking and dodging and fucking moving and shit. And
Your
It
boy
get-
was there.
it gets so serious that the homie that I pulled up with, who were driving in his car, we end up breaking the mirror, the rear view, the side mirror
Yeah.
of his Honda Civic. Right? We end up breaking that shit. I think.
Hey, but
I
he
think
didn't
Roger
say nothing.
I
No,
think
but he-
Roger fell on it, right?
No, I pushed you towards
I believe
the,
that.
Oh,
I
I
believe
pushed
that.
her, I
That's
grabbed
right.
you and I pushed you towards
Okay,
the car. and
Roger.
you're like, what
Roger's
the
10
fuck?
seconds of fame, right? He pushed
You feel
me,
me?
and he pushed me to the homie Civic, and we broke the side mirror.
Nah, we didn't. You did, motherfucker. They know we. You did.
Right. Well, it broke, and
His homie was just shook, bro. He
yeah,
didn't even know what to
a-
say, bro. He
a
was
little
just
upset.
watching
He
that.
was a little upset.
What the fuck?
Yeah, bro. We're like, hey, bro, but we kept going though. That's the thing, though.
Yeah, like, we'll talk about
We
it
didn't give
later.
a fuck
It-
about
we were
that.
just 2 young lions, just drunk right there, slapboxing and shit.
Two young lions.
Hey,
It
bro.
was
And,
like,
and at the end, we're like, yeah, don't worry. We'll get some crazy good. We'll put it back together and shit. We're telling him all
oh
this shit.
shit! It really,
Hey, that shit was crazy though. But just tell the public how you took the L. It's cool. Like, you feel me?
my guy.
You feel me?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna see you next week. And now we got something set up. Remember? We got your promoters, my promoters. Hey, Piggy, you got this? We're straight. You feel me? We get our people on some Mayweather. You feel me? Hey, but you gotta
Roger
give me
wants
this.
a rematch.
Hey,
Roger,
no,
okay,
you
Roger-
want the
no,
rematch.
I mean,
No,
I didn't
I'm
bring
cool.
it up. Roger wants
No,
a rematch.
I didn't bring it up. Brian brought it up. But listen, it's cool. You can bounce back again.
That was cool.
Oh no, but you know what's crazy though? He's been trying to get me back in the gym. Last time I hit him up, he's like, "Yo, you gotta come over here, hit the bag." And I was like, "Damn, the way you looking right now, 2 jobs and shit, like you know."
Yeah, low key, bro. Like I
want
also-
to, though.
Yeah, we were saying this shit, bro. Like we see your Instagram and you're like, yeah, just run 78 miles in 20 seconds. I'm like,
He said,
fuck.
"Yeah."
I'm like, can you relax,
Hey,
bro?
what did
like
I tell
real
you? I was like,
shit.
"Damn, low key, I don't even work out no more because this motherfucker works out for me."
I
Nah,
know,
nah,
bro.
nah,
I wake up,
okay.
it's like
Shit.
4 in the morning. It's like yeah,
He's
he
in the
like,
whip and he's
yeah.
like, yeah, just run 28 miles. I'm feeling good.
This
I'm
was
like,
soaked, bro.
like
like
6
soaked, and I was
a.m.
like,
It's a
"God
lifestyle,
damn."
man. See, it's a lifestyle. That's it. That's the only way
Hey,
to
but when
explain
you
it.
drink from 12 to 6, you feel me? You gotta wake up at 4. It's not really, not really. Like,
Nah, but do you work? So like, what's your workout schedule? Do you work out like? Do you work out in the gym or just boxing gym, or do you do kind of like a little bit of
No,
everything?
It really varies. When I'm in training camp, when I'm really taking it serious, I wake up 6 in the morning, go for a 5-mile run, then I go to work. After work, I'll go to the boxing gym, and then I'll either go to LA Fitness or I'll go to Suicide strength and conditioning. So it really depends, bro. But I'm spending at least 3 to 5 hours training a day.
And do you do that Monday through Friday?
Monday through Saturday, actually. Monday
Oh,
through Saturday
shit.
morning. Yeah, sparring Saturday morning at the A1A Boxing Club.
Hey, shout out.
Yeah.
Hey,
So-
now that we're
go
we're
ahead.
naming about like clubs and everything, I want to talk about your shirt.
Oh, my shirt.
Yeah,
hey,
'cause
show
I-
the camera, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are my fight shirts, man. These are my fight shirts. If you went to my fight, or even if you just support a lot of people, a lot of my family members, my friends, my fan base, they bought some shirts. This is my I guess my merch, my first merch.
No, that's
Hey,
sick.
I like that.
Yeah.
Why the shark? I'm a little interested, bro.
Ooh, the shark. Okay. Going back to when I first began how to box, right?
Uh-huh.
My grandfather, he was involved in the boxing community of Los Angeles for 30 plus years, right? His name was Hector. They called him Shark Rodriquez, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, his name was Shark from growing up, his neighborhood name, I guess, right? So
Oh,
it
shit.
just stuck with him, right? So after he passed away, people were asking me, so what's your professional boxing name? What's your professional? I couldn't think of one, man. Like I was just like, I don't know. Like it's gotta come, right? I was thinking about keeping my DJ name Emix, but it was just like those were two different,
Yeah.
life.
Yeah,
like,
you want a little bit more like
two
a little bit more on the
different-
boxing side and shit. Yeah.
Even though like Emix, I thought like I could mix them up, like, but Emix was already set in stone. That
I
was
think
my
I like
DJ
Shark.
name,
I think I
right?
like Shark.
So I didn't know what to go with, and so I just figured if my grandpa was the reason why boxing was instilled in my family, he taught my dad how to box, my dad taught me how to box. It's only right I paid homage and kept with the name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hell
Why
yeah.
not?
The
You know what I'm
legacy
saying?
continues.
The legacy
El
continues.
tiburón. I like that.
Yeah.
Hey.
So now every time I go in a fight, I say it's shark season, baby.
That's fucking
Ooh.
sick.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Shark season.
And then-
I got everybody repping the shark season.
And then where can you buy like your merch and shit?
Okay,
Like,
so right now I don't have a official website or anything
Uh-huh.
like that, but you could definitely reach out to me. You could reach out to my PR, Stephanie Rodriguez, who also happens to be my sister.
hell
You know what
yeah.
I mean? She has my back on a lot of things. She is my I guess my PR, my public relations assistant. My
like that, I
manager.
like that.
Whatever. However.
Is
you wanna
that
call it.
why he calls you suegro? Or no,
Ah.
cuñado? That way he calls you cuñado? Cause Loki, bro, right now I looked
Bro.
at you.
I
You
was like,
said
oh, my
I
cuñado
looked
pull
and he
over.
was like,
Hey,
I was like, whoa, chill,
Rod is
bro.
still on that.
Hey,
Rod is
Rod.
still on that. I mean.
Hey, that's love, bro.
I
I knew how to get him though. I don't know, it was something
You
about that.
still-
I wanted to bug him,
Okay,
bro.
so-
I wanted to bug him for a bit.
So when we were in high school, he was always like, "Damn, who's that?"
I'm like,
Mind
hey,
you.
dog, that's my sister, bro.
Mind you
Chill.
though, mind you though. How many chances did Roger have to talk to her?
Oh, you're right, bro.
damn.
But I had respect. You feel
Oh no,
me?
that's
Like,
because you were gonna be late to class. Remember we
Yeah,
talked
yeah,
about?
yeah,
I gotta look out for the homie.
I was like, low key.
You feel me?
That was a C
Okay,
plus
okay.
student.
I gotta look out. You feel me?
I did, bro. I was like, hey, damn.
Damn.
Who's that flower? And he be like, hey, big.
I try
chill.
to introduce him to my sister, but she, I
Yeah.
don't
We'll talk
know.
about it. It's
We'll talk
fine.
about it
Yeah,
later.
We'll talk about it.
Hey, bro,
We'll
that's
figure it
the
out.
same
We'll
number.
figure
What's up?
Yeah. So you got hoodies. You got t-shirts.
I got T-shirts. Yeah.
You got any hats, snapbacks, and shit.
Those will
yet.
be made in the
Hey,
future.
I
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
And then you fight with the trunks, huh? That say
I
sharks
do-
on it.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
fucking
I
hard.
actually, so I want to clear something up, right? So I go by Shark, but the way I spell it is Shark, SHARK,
Mm-hmm.
but I put an apostrophe and a capitalized E at the end because Shark was my grandfather, right? So I wanted to put something different and just put the E because my name's Emilio, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if some people like get the idea like, oh, Sharky, and I'm like, nah, but if you want to call me Shark, like it's still cool.
Yeah.
It's still all from the same origin,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I can't really like. It's Shark.
Yeah.
I just may spell it Sharky.
yeah.
So I just want to clear that up, just in case,
Nah,
you know,
let
if that
'em know,
ever
let 'em
comes
know.
up around, if it ever comes up again.
No, that's just, bro. I like that shit. We were
Yeah,
talking about that
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, this is dope.
And then I know your last fight was on May 12th, right?
May 12th was my last fight. Yeah.
Are you thinking about having another fights anytime soon, or you
Most
feel kind
definite.
of like you're
Most
kind of
definite.
between?
No, I'm dedicated this year, next year, the year after that. I'm gonna try to do whatever I need to do to reach my goal, and we'll see what happens. But this fight game, I mean, I'm not gonna be a fighter for the rest of my life, for all my life. It's a short period. It's a short window of a gap opportunity that fighters get to compete. So I'm gonna push until God says, hey, it's you had your run, it's time up. So my next fight would either be in July or August. For sure by September, of this year.
You have
So-
a fight.
Yeah, so if I don't fight twice, then for sure once. But I'm gonna try to fight twice, and maybe even 3 times before the end of the year.
Damn,
Yeah,
that'd be crazy.
just keep it going, keep it
Yeah.
rolling.
Hopefully, one of them will be a rematch with Roger. We'll see if we can
Alright,
get
bro,
that
that'd
set
be
up.
I
good.
mean, I got the gloves in the trunk, Roger.
Hey, what's up?
Like, I'm just
Hey, let's
saying.
take it to the bag, fellas. Pick it up. Come on. Shout out to our
Good.
cameraman.
Yeah.
Shout out to our digital team.
Yeah.
Want a little more just so I can take advantage? No,
I'm sipping water.
yeah, you feel me? You gotta stay hydrated. Thirsty asses.
Hey, but you were just at EDC, right?
Hey.
You were just at
Oh,
EDC.
no. Correction. I was not at EDC.
You were not at
Oh, where we
EDC.
at?
Definitely not at EDC.
You were in Las
Vegas.
Vegas.
I was in Las Vegas,
Okay.
but I didn't go to EDC. I went EDC weekend to Las Vegas, but I did not go to
Got
EDC.
Hey, it gets
got
popping.
you.
Tell them what you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, EDC, I had a great run, but just, after 4 years, you got to graduate. You know what I'm saying?
That's what we were just
I
saying.
did my thing. I had my fun. I had my time. I had my experiences, but it's, there's other things. I want to travel the world now. You know what I'm
Ooh,
saying?
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
So I took a little vacation after my fight to go visit some family in Vegas, had a little fun, but, came back.
Do you feel like we were just talking about EDC? We were like, yo, do you feel like at some point it's one of those where you just kind of like you do it, you experience it, and it's like, what else can we do? Like, what's next? Like, what can we get going?
It's different for everybody, bro. Like, I have friends that's 10 years strong want to go to EDC, but it's different for everybody. Like me, the way I see it is I've been there, done that.
Yeah.
What's the next step?
Like, what else? I did it. You know what I'm
My
saying?
guy, I like
I
that.
did it, and it was a great time. I got photos that are gonna last me a lifetime.
Do you want to travel like while fighting, or do you feel like you want to do that separate? Like, you know what I mean? Where you travel and then you kind of unwind for some time, or do you feel like, yo, I want to like go all over the world, fight, like?
I've always said if boxing could take me around the world, then that's my ticket to take me around the world. You know what I mean?
I like
I had
yeah.
the privilege to travel as an amateur within the nation, and that was like, wow. So fighting could actually take me places. You know what I mean? Boxing could
Yeah.
actually take me places. So if I ever get the opportunity to fight, outside of the country or any other state in the country, and if it makes sense as on a business perspective, then most definite, you know. But I would definitely like my rewards after a strong, hard training camp and a hard fought win. I would definitely want to like spoil myself and go somewhere out of the country. Like, that's
Yup.
definitely on my to-do list.
That'll be sick. And then what gets you pumped up in the gym, bro? Like, what's your playlist looking like? Like,
Hey.
like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
dang, bro, it varies every day. I have a song of the day every day.
yeah, Loki, you be having some. I'll be like, yo, you be having some fire shit. I'll
I
be on your
mean,
Instagram. I'll be like, what's good?
It comes with being a DJ. You got I
you
still
got
got
the
the ear.
inside.
You got the
I
ear?
still got the ear. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you asking like artists? Why?
Yeah, like what's like some artists you like you fucking with
Wow.
right now?
Artists. Okay, that new Nipsey.
Yeah,
That new
shit is
Nipsey when it
fucking-
first dropped, Hustle and Motivate. I was
Yeah.
on that for a minute.
Yeah,
I really like Russ.
you
Oh,
fuck with
Russ?
Russ?
Yeah.
I fuck with Russ.
Yeah.
Okay, but talk about listening thing. Let me tell you about a little something, right?
Go ahead.
Music aside,
Uh-huh.
I've been listening to audiobooks.
You have? I haven't.
Yeah, bro. Those things. Okay, so remember in high school or even in college, we used to wake and bake,
Uh-huh.
right?
Uh-huh.
So my most recent wake and bakes have been like listening to I was on this book, Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yeah, hell
I just
yeah.
finished
By
reading
Robert
it, bro.
Kiyosaki.
Yeah, I just finished reading it, bro. That was a great book.
Hell yeah.
I would listen to 5 to 15 minutes every morning on my way to work, and just the knowledge that I would absorb from those books would just like fuel my day, bro. Those
Yeah.
things were like, it was
'Cause
awesome, bro.
You started putting it towards your lifestyle.
Definitely, yeah. You just started visualizing, looking at things different, and you're just like, instead of having a small mind, you were open minded, and it made your day better.
That's fucking
Yeah.
sick.
So what you're saying, you got into like audiobooks, but a lot of like that personal development, those.
Most definitely,
Yeah.
most definitely.
'Cause
I'm
my
trying
boy over here, he likes Gary Vee as well.
yeah,
Oh,
you fuck with
okay.
Gary
Yeah,
Vee?
yeah, fuck with Gary Vee, yeah, for
Hell
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, bro. I feel like sometimes I even put the music to the side, and I'm
You
just
got to. I think
yeah.
there's a point in life where you got to. And if you want to like better yourself as a person, you start hitting that personal development, and picking back to like the last episode, we were talking about that J. Cole interview. I don't know if you
Yeah.
heard it.
You watched it, the J. Cole interview?
No,
Wanna
I
check
haven't
it
seen
out?
that.
Bro, that's something you need to really check out because he talks about a lot of how he did a lot of meditation And myself, bro, I caught myself last week going to the library, bro.
Okay.
Bro, and the lady was like, "Yo, you got a library card?" And I was like, "Oh, what? That's how bad."
Like, what the fuck is that?
She's like, "Yeah, let me take you way back." Nah, and I got a library card, bro. I got a library card, and they had a meditation book and a couple personal development.
That's
books
awesome,
that I
bro.
picked up.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think meditating is a very important key to finding yourself. There was this one time that I don't read books very often, right? But when I do, there was this one Eli Manning book that I had just got a little piece of. And it had these 3 words, the 3 C's. It had confidence, concentration, and composure. Those 3 C words. So I just remember those 3 C words, and I just try to keep those words whenever I compete, whenever I go in a fight, whenever I'm training. You want to be confident, you want to be composed, and you just want to concentrate on the task. And I think you could alter those things and carry those things onto life. You know what I mean? Like whatever you have the goal in mind is those 3 C's. Take care of it,
What exactly is City to City Promotions?
Ooh, City to City Promotions, right? Let me just say shout outs to City Doors. That's my big brother's personal business. It's a door company, right? So I've always been, let's say in the promotion game, I guess, always throwing parties, events. I always want to be in the mix of things, right?
Yeah.
So when I became a boxer, I had this idea to come up with my own TMT to Floyd, right? But instead of the money team to Floyd, I want to have City to City Promotions to Emilio Rodriquez. You know what I mean? That's what I want to have to represent me.
Your brand.
My brand. And that is my company that has not lifted off yet, but it most definitely will 2019.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're working.
Definitely working.
Okay.
We're starting up from ground zero right now, but we're it's a sports and entertainment. It's an sports and entertainment brand.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah.
And then does that have anything to do with? I noticed that you also do like House of Vitamins. Is that where you just get your like daily dose
so
of?
House of Vitamins is my meal prep company that sponsors me. Shout outs to House of Vitamins. They provide me with my weekly meal preps, and that's what keeps me from eating too much and making weight when I'm in training camp and have to fight and reach a weight.
Oh, damn,
shit.
man, I gotta get in that meal prep. You see that?
With the
Hey,
discount
you
code.
gotta hook me up, bro, with a
check it out,
discount
though. Check it
code.
out. Like meal preps in general, like some people like it. I like it, but when you're on your 3rd, 4th week of eating the same thing over and over
Yeah.
again, bro,
It
it's
gets
not
annoying,
fun.
yeah.
It's
It's
not
a wrap.
fun.
It's not.
No.
But
Yeah.
that's part of being committed, though.
That's part of the discipline, and you gotta how far are you willing to go? Like,
Sacrifice,
Yeah,
right?
sacrifice. So when you have that in mind, and the fight's 2 weeks away, a week away, a few days away, you're like, okay, it's a goal, and once you accomplish that goal, everything it just feels so better, right? And then catch me at the closest buffet.
Because I'm gonna go in.
Right.
And then when you do training camp, like, what is that like 6 weeks before the fight usually, or is it kind of like it kind of varies? Where
I mean, on a professional note, it should be 6 to 8 weeks. But me, I just so far since turning pro in October, I just try to stay in the gym busy.
Yeah.
So if I ever do get a call for a fight, I'm if you stay ready, you won't have to get ready, so to speak.
Ooh.
So
Right.
you just stay ready, so you won't have to get ready.
Coach Rose.
You know what I mean? Yeah, definitely. So 8 weeks, 6 weeks, I feel comfortable if I have about 4 to 5 weeks of preparation, I feel good.
and do you feel like as your fights go on, like the fights get more difficult?
Oh, most definite. The more I climb up the ladder, the better the competition. You know what I mean? Right now, at the number of fights that I have, it's all the fishes, right? I want to fight to where the sharks are,
Right.
right? That's where we're going.
You
That's
trying
where
to be
we're
that
headed.
main shark that you are
Yeah,
already.
I mean,
You
that's
feel me?
that's really what it is.
And did you finish college?
I mean, I got my AA degree
your-
at Valley College, but
And if there's people that are in high school and are thinking about going to college, like what are you 2 cents in? Like in that, like, do you feel like college is super necessary, or do you feel like it just depends on what you want to do?
yeah, I think it depends on what you want to do. I went to college because I was told that, like, you're supposed to go to college and
Right.
this is the next step in life. And I don't regret college whatsoever. I played football at Valley College. Like, I did the whole I had a great time. And even though it was only community college, I had a great time,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I finished the process. I would say just take advantage of the networking, honestly, of the networking. I met so many people in junior college and college that I actually like still talk to this day or keep in touch with on social media. But that's all I would really say, because what we're gonna is, you know, how does that phrase go? It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure, I take that so serious, bro.
Yeah.
'Cause
It takes you far in life, bro.
yeah, because I don't really remember what I used to learn in sociology class and
Yeah.
you know, and
Bio class and shit.
right, algebra class and all that. I'm sorry, I really don't remember that. But the people that I had the class with, I
Yeah.
may
I
be in touch.
Dev, you
Right,
don't
I
remember
still may
them.
keep in touch with them, and one of them may be able to hook me up with something that is gonna put me in a position to
Real shit.
make an opportunity of. So
That's the most
I
real
don't know,
shit.
man. I did get my A. I did finish the course though, so I would say if you're, you know, might as well stick it out and finish it, I guess.
Yeah.
Right?
Do it like
Ask me
Nike.
if I want to go back for the BA. I mean, if there's a purpose for it, you
Yeah.
know, it's got to make sense.
But I mean, what's next, bro? Any announcements you want to make? Anything new, or you just pretty much you're locked in right now, man? You just kind of enjoying the last fight, and you kind of just letting it be right now.
Riding the wave. What's up?
Riding the wave, yeah, but like, you know, you can never dwell on a loss and you can never dwell on a win for too long. You got to keep it pushing, because the moment you get comfortable is there's another person somewhere in the world working to take your spot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm going to stay focused in boxing, but ultimately, you know, I do keep in mind that there is life after boxing. So my next move is I want to start a business of some sort, you know.
Right.
Boxing, for whatever it's worth, will be my ladder. My goals right now is to be a world champion, honestly, right? If I become a world champion, you know, it's in God's plans, really.
Right.
So along the line, I want to be the most successful businessman and use boxing as my ladder to make that possible. And I've just recently started personal training,
Mm-hmm.
you know, giving back to the youth community and,
Yeah.
you know, just people in need. You know what I'm saying? So when you're trying to get your hands right,
You feel
Roger.
me?
You know,
Hey,
when
I see that.
when you're trying to get
I'm
your
in
hands
need.
right,
I'm in need. I'm in need of fitness,
But
baby.
just, you know, just come through and just break a sweat with me, you know, and I think that's like a real passion of mine also. The job that I had, I was working as a behavioral therapist with a special education student.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, my intentions are good, right? That's what I got my degree in, but that's not what I want to do, bro.
Right.
Kinesiology and athletics and sports specifics is definitely something
That's what you want to be around.
that
right?
is something I want to do. So if it's not just boxing, I would love to learn, you know, continue learning about the art of Muay Thai, MMA, you know what I'm saying? Football mechanics that I could teach to young ones, even basketball, you know,
So
baseball,
sick.
whatever. You know what I mean? But I definitely, I see myself after boxing,
Giving back, right?
being a elite trainer. You
That's
know?
dope.
That's what I want to do, honestly. That's my ultimate goal.
When you see somebody like Floyd Mayweather, who I feel like a lot of people hate, but like in the business side of shit, do you feel like that's dope, something to look up to, like the way he just handles his business? Like,
Most definite.
crazy.
And that's who I strive to be like in a business standpoint. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I see him, it's like he's going to put out what he wants and the media is going to let us see like, you know, him flashy and all
Yeah.
this, you know, stunning all the time. But behind the scenes, I mean, I haven't worked as hard as him. I'll tell you, I haven't worked as hard as him because if I was working as hard as him,
Mhm.
I'd be where he's at right now.
right.
See what I'm saying? But I'm striving to get like that. I mean, throwing house parties was my first job, honestly. I was in high school, and every weekend we throw parties, $5 a head. You know what I'm saying? People would come to these parties, and dude, I would go home with like $500, $600 a weekend,
Right?
and my mom would be like,
Where
my
you
mom-
getting this from?
Yeah, my mom would be like, "What are you
Exactly.
doing?"
Yeah.
Like, "Mom, I'm throwing parties."
Yeah.
I'm throwing, and really like that's where my whole love for promoting and like networking came from. Like, I knew I wasn't always gonna throw parties, but it was so fun being the life of the party. You're the coordinator of the party.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to transcend that into a business. Pretty much, I look at it as I'm always the quarterback of something.
Mhm.
Always the quarterback of the operation. And I guess it comes from being the quarterback back in high school,
Right.
in junior college, you know,
Mhm.
playing quarterback. It's just you always want to, as a leader on the team, a leader on the field, you feel like you're the leader in business, I guess.
Yeah.
So we moving on to other things now.
Milo, it's been a blessing, bro. Thank you for accepting the invitation and showing up, bro.
Thank you for
Straight
having
up.
me, bro. I could not miss this, bro. I had to be here. With my bros.
Hell yeah.
All day. Hey, any shout outs or you want to give out your social where people could come and reach out to you, you know, for help or for any advice and stuff?
Yeah, so I'm mainly on Instagram, really. My Facebook connects through it. So my Instagram account is my name, Emilio, Emilio RDQZ, abbreviation for my last name. And yeah, you can find me on there. And you know, Facebook, Twitter, same thing, Emilio Rodriquez. You know what I'm saying? Twitter, Snapchat, all that. It's all the same thing.
Oh, you still on Snap?
Nah, not really, bro. After all the updates, I'm rarely on Snap. I'll go to Snap to answer some messages and, you know, just peek in here and there, but I'm not really on Snap.
You know,
I'll
you
be
just
honest
creep
with you.
and stuff. Not like that.
Just kick it a bit.
Hey, y'all still be on Snap?
Nah.
Yeah.
I'm asking for a friend.
I like that.
Nah, but you know, yeah.
What's up? Who you want to shout out?
Oh man, shout outs. I wasn't prepared for shout outs, bro, but if we gotta do, if it's only right we do the shout outs, man. I got a shout out to the whole team Rodriguez, my immediate family, my mom, my sister, Nina, grandma. Shout outs to my brothers, A1A Boxing Club. Shout outs to my coaches, my gym partners, House of Champions, CrossFit 90, Suicide Boxing and Fitness, Restore Athletic. Shout outs to Elisa Chavez, State Farm office in San Fernando. My man Tommy up at San Fernando Brake and Tire. Shout outs to my brother's company, City to City Doors, City to City Promotions.
Yo, low-key, Milo said I wasn't prepared for shout out.
And we going for 10 minutes.
I really wasn't though, bro. I really wasn't.
It was longer than the Marvel credits.
Hey, I think low-key, I think Logan going by the reviving
Said,
shit, bro.
I wasn't ready, but
But hey,
look at my notes.
If we really gotta do it real quick. Oh, my boy, a fool. I love you, dog.
no.
Hey, that's why I fuck with you, baby.
Was that a lot? Was that a lot?
No, that's
Go ahead.
Let me say a few
Let's
more
go.
though. Shout outs to my barber Eddie G, my bros Marcos and Jay Goo, the homie Romeo, and fucking everybody that's tuned in, man. I just had to finish this list, man. I was just writing it real quick.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody that tuned in, listen to us, you know, party and bullshit. We right here
And he
having a
said,
good
hey,
time.
shout out to Smash Bros and Sucio Squad. You feel me? We live in the hype. Hey.
Shout out to the whole squad.
All right, man. Milo, thank you, my brother. Appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
Shark
Thank you.
season.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
get it.
Yes,
Let's go
sir.
get 'em. That's
Big
some
job,
dogs,
Roy.
baby.
Thank you.
Skirt, skirt.